Alright. Next on our phone number list. So just call Arper, and there's this other woman named Deborah. Foreign Business Trust and LLC. That's the guy I'm really interested in. We'll see if he will answer. Look at how fat and privileged those guys are for stealing other people's money, promising them funds. Now, don't get me wrong. There is, the profile databases do exist. I won't argue that. The names in all caps exist. And I'm sure by some means the elites have some secret bank account, but the people just can't get to it, you know? Nobody can unless you're in the club. The Federal Reserve Club, the IMF Club, the World Bank Club, that sort of thing, you know? In the system, as you would say. So yeah, 858 207 3810.
Thank you for using your demo account. Please upgrade to a full account to remove this message.
This has got to be a VoIP number.
After the tone, please record your message. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
If this is Robert Lewis, ambassador number 2816-6029 for Freedom Club USA, and does all the promotions and all sorts of spamming to promote the club, yeah, you're just perpetrating the same fraud that higher-ups are, Tom Lawler, Diana, and Joanne, all that other people, you know? And you're an ambassador, so that means you're profiting off of members lower than you who signed up under your promises, the club's promises. And so yeah, if the legal authorities won't get to you, karma will. So yeah.
Your message has been sent. Goodbye.
Good. Let's call this guy next. Sandra Emery, Ray Emery. Look at those guys. They have boats. They got nice clothes, nice designer shoes. Look at that. They're living on the hog from new members of Freedom Cult USA. Or should I say Freedom Club. 623-217-7511. Hi there. Are you Ray Emery?
I am?
Yeah. I'd like to know, like, I'm considering becoming a member of Freedom Club USA, but I want to know when the funding is actually going to take place. Do you have any idea?
No, I don't.
Well then.
We're waiting on a number of things.
Well then. Well, can you answer some other questions I have about Freedom Club?
Alright, go ahead.
Yeah. On 3/11/2013, there was going to be a victory celebration where all the members were going to get all expenses paid to a to-be-announced resort and all that. Did that ever happen?
No, it can't happen until after we start funding.
Right, and you have no date on funding, yet the club says it's going to happen every few months.
Okay.
Like, you know, you're also the GSA process. Is that actually helped? Could that help me? Like, I have a student loan that has been unpaid.
You lost a what?
I have a student loan that's been unpaid.
Okay. That wouldn't be a GSA problem.
Well, like, basically, yeah. And you know that, like, you've been pushing a bunch of, like, you've been going on for 7 years now about how funding's going to take place every single time, and yet it hasn't. Is there any explanation to why all these dates have come past and there's nothing to show for it?
I'll give you two things. One is we're dealing with the government, so everything is, they don't do anything in a hurry. And the other is the banking system is corrupt. Until the banking system changes, you don't want to fund because they're just going to steal it.
Very true, but like,
Yes, it is true.
Yet you've said on multiple occasions.
Let me tell you something. The courts have already ruled that anything that you put into a bank account, the bank can take. That it belongs to the bank then. Okay? So do you want that looking at you if you got funded? I wouldn't. Because they're just going to steal it from you. So the first thing that has to happen is the new financial system has to be in place.
Right, but I've heard nothing about that being implemented. It was said to actually happen yesterday, and yet nothing's happened.
Well, you don't know what's happened. There's a lot of things you don't know about. They own the media.
I know this, but I mean...
What they want you to know.
But I don't get it. Like, the financial system's going to go down for 3 days for a system upgrade, and yet they're not going to tell anybody when it happens. There's going to be mass panics and stuff. And, okay, they're not going to tell anybody about this financial system upgrade.
Well, sooner or later, we're going to have to know.
Okay, but then the club talks about, you know, ascension and all that stuff away from money. So what's the need for funding if there's going to be a higher state of existence with no money?
Well, that's going to happen, but it's not going to happen right away.
So you're saying that monetary funding will happen in a higher state of existence where people live peacefully and do not need money since they can manifest things with their mind by pulling it from other dimensions.
That's the direction we're moving in. We're not there yet. So until we get there, we want everything to be a level playing field.
Okay, but, you know, on August 30th, funding was supposed to happen because that was one magical beginning. Like, what exactly caused the delay to where they had to delay it this time? It's been delayed many times over.
I don't know what caused that. Other than the banking system, I don't know.
Okay then, and I heard that the AR process has power of attorney, meaning if the UCC document says that they'll actually I'll actually sign and give away my assets to Freedom Club USA, which is like, you know, power of attorney, meaning I would sign my name on there and they would be able to take everything from me, including my identity.
No, that's not true. The other part of that is that it's not, they're just getting the ability to collect on your behalf.
Right, but I mean they collect, if they collect my identity with my social security number, then they can obviously go and make they can obviously go and use that someday to
Now,
rip
do you
me
think
off.
we would do that? Do you really believe that we would do that?
Well, it's just
If you
possible.
do,
I
then you're in the wrong place.
identity thieves have used that for a while. Like, use that to collect for job applications and other forms, loan
They're not going to be
applications.
doing anything like that. Okay? If that's what you think, I don't know where you got that idea. If that's what you think of this club, then you don't belong here. It's not a place for you. Understand what I'm saying?
Well, your club has been saying that you were going to, like, for the last 7 years now, you were going to fund, like, there was fake countdowns, dates, all sorts of stuff, and they just come to pass with no explanation whatsoever, just excuses.
Well, all I can say is that things have been changing constantly, and that's what we're putting up with. We're trying to change with them. But once again, the main thing holding everything up is the financial system.
Right, but I've actually heard through other sources that the financial system will totally collapse, currencies around the world will be useless, and so the global elite, as it is now, like you say, the cabal, is going to kick off their New World Order, which is then going to cause a massive global shift.
That's going to happen.
Well, that's just what I've heard from many other people.
All right, well, I'll tell you what. I'll bet that it doesn't happen. You can bet that it does, and we'll see. There's too many people who are upset with the dark side. Too many people upset with being screwed with all their lives. People have woken up, and things are changing. Now, if you can't see that, well, that's up to you.
Also,
if you want to believe that the dark side is going to take over and they're going to start a new world order, that's up to you. I don't believe that.
they're not going to take over. It's just I'm saying that there's going to be a global shift when they do try to take over that will then make them lose their power, okay? Their power will just shatter in an instant when they try to take over.
So then why try? They've already pretty much taken away all the funds they had stashed away. They've already confiscated the majority of them.
Where's the proof of that? Is there any proof of that?
I can't tell you that.
Also, so in the calls they talk about how the Federal Reserve has taxed money at interest and with interest in gold, and all the gold's been taken away from Fort Knox. So you're saying that the riches has been taken from the elite. Have the gold been returned back to Fort Knox?
The gold was taken away a long time ago.
I know, it was.
When they took us out the gold system, the bankers offshore were turning their dollars in for gold. They already milked that thing dry.
Yeah, I know. I know they did. Point is there any proof, like, to this? Okay, so one other question I have is, when will the early bronze close, like, completely?
Until next church.
Right. And so, is there going to be, but obviously that hasn't happened yet, so is there going to be a late bronze or mid bronze or something after early bronze to extend the program?
You can go to one of the calls and ask Tom that. I don't know the answer to that.
Do you know Tom personally? Do you know Tom?
Yeah, I do.
Would you mind giving me his phone number?
No, you can't have his phone number. He's got enough to do without having people calling him.
Oh, and
talk to him on the call on Monday
do you
night.
happen to know anything about the proprietary software that he says that will help move the process along with funding?
What about it?
Like, he talks about this proprietary software that's being worked on, and so far, I haven't...
Banking software.
Well, it's just that if there's software that's being worked on, a normal developer of a software like that would actually post progress along doing with the source code and whatever. And so far, there hasn't been anything on the site or in the calls about this proprietary software.
There shouldn't be.
Why?
You need to know that. Why do you need to know that?
Because I want to know if the software actually exists and it's being worked on. It's not just a mythical thing made up by Tom.
You know what? I don't think you should believe anything you've heard. You're listening to all different people, and it sounds like you've already got your mind made up. So like I said, I don't think you belong here anyway. We don't need you here. We're here to help other people who need help.
Well then, I got my mind made up that you are perpetrating a fraud.
Well, then you're incorrect. What's the fraud?
You have no proof of your proprietary software. You have no proof of your claims of a banking system takeover.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you anymore because I don't know where the hell you're going. Okay?
Okay.
Take care.
Enjoy your money. Karma will pay back. Bye. What a load of bullshit. You know, I'm going to end this video right here. I actually got one of the elite ambassadors on the phone. You know, this guy. Elite ambassador for Freedom Club USA. He couldn't explain anything about the club that was supposed to happen. So yeah, the stance stays that Freedom Club USA is a scam, and therefore, you know, he's believing the same junk that's brought up from Tom Lawler and the rest of them, Tom and friends. And so yeah, don't join Freedom Club USA, don't sign an AR process, don't send any money to them, and if you have, retain all proof you have and try to get your money back. There's no guarantees. Even their own legal disclaimers can't even help if they have no proof of what happening. I mean, strength and safety in numbers. Yeah. So Freedom Club USA is a scam. There's no funding ever going to happen. They'll shut down, and all of the members, the ambassadors and lead ambassadors and Tom and friends will get funded, and you, the member, won't. I mean, no proof at all. You know, absolutely none. Just talk to the lead ambassador for Freedom Club USA. It's a scam. SethMethCS. Bye.